We're going to play Stanley Parable for the first time, completely blind. I know absolutely nothing about this game. There will be a edited video that'll come out, so if you want to see the more, I guess, the bridge version, you can watch that. But this is going to be the full entire playthrough for those of you who want to see every step of the process. Let's go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Good for you, Stanley.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Wait, is it telling me what to do? Interact? No? Okay. Don't have any buttons to interact with anything. Step
All
out.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Zoom in? No. I hate Monday.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Wait a minute, does the game know? Farted? Huh. Can I crouch? I can crouch. Okay, so we got that going for us. But it doesn't get me closer to the documents. Alright, well. Huh. Look interesting. It's like full documents. Those are lots of words there. Huh? Wait a minute. Huh? Did I turn off that? Okay. So here. Huh. This one says something. Oh. Hello. Okay, so the other computer... Wait a minute, what? Name, access... Turn off automatically? Wait, something says evil there. Hold on. Continue... It's so hard to read. Content type. Loading. Let me get closer. No, maybe? Wait, something said? Did the text change? Or it was different? Okay, so I can turn it off by clicking the button. Interesting. Okay. Oh, no. Which way did I use to get here? This way. Is that a real JPEG? Nice. A real JPEG. Huh. Bill. Okay then. Everybody. What's with all the mugs?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What happens if I go to the one on the right?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, just to admire it. Wait, what? The same picture. Also, it's almost noon at the small hand. Yeah. Does the clock actually move? I think the clock is actually moving. Cool. Or B9. Interesting. Ooh.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Cold drinks.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
And still?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Keep mocking me! Yule.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
That's awesome. We would have been stay here longer. What will it say next?
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Okay, I take it if I stay here, I'd probably get something. But we'll head out.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Arizona?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
That looks so creepy. Oh, this is so creepy. Okay.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Oh. Wait, the narrator can open doors?
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, it's to the right. My mistake.
That startled me. Wait, can I open it? No? Okay. I'm gonna close, isn't
No,
it? Yep.
no, not the right.
Hold it.
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
What is going on?
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right.
Open doors.
Yep. Okay, yes.
Don't know where anything
I've
is.
got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay then. Oh, I don't like that. This story? Huh. What am I looking at? Why is one fight?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now.
What's that?
The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense,
In the Matrix?
we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we
Fired?
don't wander so far off track, Okay. From the
104.
top.
What? Huh. Okay, then.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Same dialogue. Okay. What happens if I go down a different path? Huh. Need these doors, no? No. Don't want to go to the break room again.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait, what? No, no, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on.
No?
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh. That's a lot of options. I think I can go that way, though. Where do we want to go? Huh. I kind of like this one. Okay, it seems that both of these stores go to the same place, so that's kind of cool.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why
No,
not?
don't. Oh. Huh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Huh. Then... Which door this time? No door.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible
It's
the
so
story is
bright.
back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Find over here. Remember 104? 104 was fired. I want to remember that.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
It's not... Room's changed. Room's changed.
No, wait. Never
No.
mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay. I don't like this. What the heck?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but
You're
I
the
believe my
author.
story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've
No.
completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this?
Doorback's
You
gone.
win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So,
don't
good
believe you.
job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
Yeah, right.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Okay.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I
Yeah.
don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
I don't like that yellow line.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Well, we're not doing that, that's for sure. Got me really... Here. A new door's open? Ah. See what else we get. Oh, there's no doors. I could go back, but does he close it?
I'm done. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. I guess we have to follow the line now. Huh. Alright then. This is on again. I could zoom in. Can't read anything there. These. These. You can see it, please. I can probably zoom in on this and post and actually read this, but. You. No idea. Oh, look! Hey! I want to play the game. Hold it. Okay, whatever. You like the sound design of this game so far?
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Okay.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
No.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
Yeah?
Well, I'd like to apologize.
Oh, what the?
Not sure where I was going with all that.
Wait.
You know what?
Huh?
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, that's loud. Da, 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 da. Yeah. It's awesome. It's probably too loud, actually. You probably can't hear me anymore. It's going for it. How long is it going to go for? Oh no, okay, still no way. It's still going. What the heck? Why is it blurred out? Wait a minute. 111, 12. Hold on, did I miss a number? Where's 104? Okay, no. Those are the 400s. That probably means what? 3, 2, 100s, and then these are sub hundreds. The music is just not going to stop, is it? What is this line? Follow the line. Follow the line. Woo-hoo. Huh. What is this game? Huh. Oh, the line. Monthly ledgers, corporate imbalances, financial records. Huh. Alright.
cut the music.
Oh,
Go
thank
back
you.
And look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I'm going to forget. I also feel like I'm being lied to. The fern really important? Or is there something else in this room? Also, the time isn't moving anymore. It's still making the clock sound. Probably can't hear that, but... Remember the fern. I'm not going to remember the fern. Not even a little bit. Not going to happen. Okay, what the...
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
Yeah?
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
The line its own sentient being? Also, I can't help but notice, like, where it turns, there's a square. You can kind of see the thin outline of a square where it turns. Oh no. It's like a texture error. How dare you, game? You can even see it a little bit here. See a little bit of an outline. We're back.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we
104.
trusted you, after everything we've been through...
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, I can't take this anymore.
601.
To hell with it. Restart.
Oh. Alright then. Huh. What this time? Man,
You know what, Stanley?
Oh.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay, sure.
Now,
Oh.
yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley
Yeah.
forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you
Anything.
want our story to be? Go wild.
Infinite loop.
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley.
Or not?
I'm ready for it.
Okay. When am I going to...
Oh, no, not you
Oh.
again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Huh. Notice the attention to detail. The line comes out, and then that's where things start breaking. The line is its own entity? What the heck? It's a little bit of a crazy one. Here it goes. Bye, line. Have a good life. Bye. Oh.
A choice. We get to make a decision.
Yeah?
From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere.
circles.
Which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be
I'm
a
walking in
reverse
circles.
door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny
Call it that.
awaits.
Confusion ending? I am confused.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is?
Huh.
It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how
Whoa,
it always
wait,
goes?
whoa, hold up.
It's all determined?
I don't like that.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this,
Wander in the
this
blackness.
thing, wall.
What are we on?
Well, who consulted me?
The
Why don't
previous
I get to
restarts? So we're on
decide?
5?
Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Okay.
And the timer stopped. Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us?
Oh.
Will something happen?
No?
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if
Oh! I have already forgotten everything I just read and tried to study. I have already forgotten everything.
all of his co-workers were gone, what could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So that was restart 5? I think this one's relatively normal. Huh. Okay then.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Everything. Left. We'll try it this time. I'm just afraid when I turn around, something will be there. I don't want to be there. Tips for
Yet
not
there
getting
was not a
fired.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Using sense to ensure employees that everything is. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive environment. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Yup. Oh, wait a minute. I can read these. The number of slides on the slide. Slides, charts, charts, and slides. We have a graph about things and money. Rate at which charts on the same slide. Oh. Rate of increase. Oh, whoa. Oh, what? Project, huh? There's 20 things you oh, okay. You ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined toward conflict unless you're the kind of person who initiates conflict? Why did we hire you? Remember? What are your dreams in the future? Clear skin. Metamorphosis. Comatose. Less air.
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Bi-quarterly post review. We need more, less reviews. 2 + 4 or 5. Get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule. What? I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water heaters. Carts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Work harder, hard work. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big it's some sort of child trap. That's awesome. Teenagers, size of demographic. Space between the teenagers. A lot of percent. Throw something in the ideas bin. No more bins. Trash remaining. What? Okay. You're not after working consultant whiteboard manager. Termination Tuesdays? Marketing Mondays? We're broke Wednesday? Office efficiency, financial panic meeting. What to do about 432? Don't tell 432 about ding? Bunch of groups in the 400s. One of them. Ranking floor 5 meeting? Huh. 451's private time? 430. Wait, am I 432? I've forgotten my number now. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Need today's unfinished agenda items. Future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Sure. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy who moved my desk. All right, back to the story. Oh wait.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
What about the guy in the broom closet? Keep looking.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I'm staying. Somebody was in the broom closet.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Sweet FA?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Yeah.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Somebody was locked here. Someone was stuck.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
One more time. One more voice line.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
All right, that was worth it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, sure. We'll follow the story. I like that doors close on their own, man. That freaks me out.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
This is a nice
Shocked,
office.
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could
the
not
most
have known
expensive
was that
boss.
the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Huh?
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What did he say it was again? I thought it was... ah!
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Oh, here it
Trying
is.
to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, what the heck? What is this? What's over here? Oh, it's just darkness. Oh. Hello, my old friend. Alright. Big red button. Like big red button. Where are we going this time?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Light is on, call exit 914 immediately. Call exit 941? 14? 914. Control. Escape!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
No. It said restart 8. I'm fine. You lie.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Said restart 8. I'm fine.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
The hairs on my arm are standing up. I'm fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. We're fine, we're fine.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched
should be
closer and
dead.
closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Oh, never mind, never mind.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
No.
Plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
No.
Farewell, Stanley.
No.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Huh?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Huh?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Huh, but not because I was dead, but because everything was laid out for me. Pacing of this opening section was important to get right. The corridor has been moved and altered. The player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. Doors. Instead of 2 doors, very first concrete piece of Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it. An exploration of the contradiction posed. Of its layout. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path of Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Section added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Stanley's computer. Office. Button sounds? Credits? Another choice? This way. Boss's office? Wait, so are there multiple bosses' offices? It's like a one big museum? Early version underground portion. That's different. What's this? Kevin Bright. Narrator record dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. The clips from early takes that were not used in the final game.
They're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing. Does that sound plausible to you? Perfect example of core level design. Textbook.
Have a museum for the game. That's awesome. Freedom ending? This is the very first interaction of freedom ending in the game's alpha. There's a freedom ending?
Oh, look at these 2. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see?
No.
Can you see how much they need one another?
Who?
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these 2. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
What would happen if I quit?
Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Let it go. No, let it go.
Time
Didn't survive that time. Didn't survive that time. Okay. In the game again. Huh. Weird. Do it again.
All of his co-workers
We're
were
gone.
What could it mean?
Bean.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room, but perhaps he had forgotten a memo. I think that's right. Alright, let's just beeline it. Said timing is important.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Go to
doors,
this.
he entered the door on his left.
Yes. Alright, we'll obey it this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, well, it doesn't seem to be anything different. Just... Wait. Okay, still nobody there. Let's...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What's down here? Car?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
How'd the car get in
he
here?
might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
True.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
You need to point these out.
These rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Yeah.
Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Yeah.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer,
all a
an
dream.
explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh, whoa.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
What the heck?
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Yeah?
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
Yeah?
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
Yes.
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Yes.
Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job.
Married?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Okay.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
That wasn't intense at all. Okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Wait, what?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Looks like the suitcase. Boss's office. That was the boss. You can lose that fast? that was very fast.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Wait, what? That wasn't game over? Oh, now I'm super paranoid. Where are they? Who's following me?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
we're fine.
he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Go to the boss's office this time, if it's there.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might find an aunt. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The sudden change in dialogue. Man, this has got me wound tight. Oh, it's this again. Not the other options.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 28. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
What? Earlier it cut off, and this time, no. It knows, because you wouldn't know the code otherwise. Smart.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay. Let's go. Alright, this... I could do the same series of events that I did last time, but this time I actually quit. But we're going to the mind control chamber. I think we'll do that. We'll go to the mind control chamber. See what's there. Still haven't found the...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
That hallway's just freaky. Do it. Light bulb. Push it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
That's where I came out a couple times before.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Probably. No sane person would actually enjoy that. Also, am I the only one who gets kind of like Incredibles vibes here? Like, you walk in, it's the Incredibles. That's the first thing. That's the first thought that was in my head. The very first time I saw this on the platform up there, it looked more like the Incredibles. It was pretty cool. Huh. Remember weirdly, or in a weird order.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I would never.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Power?
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
One to 142. Down here. Kind of cool. The spinning lights. Whee! Okay. What's the point of this, though? Here. Huh. Ooh, 5. Push. Oh, okay. Was that in the marble room? What happened to that whole somebody's behind me thing? What happened with that? I still haven't seen anybody, and I keep on looking behind me all the time. Now?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
And on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yes, I did.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
I like pressing the button.
Control?
Oh.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
What?
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star.
2 minutes?
It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you.
Active button,
about
hint,
me,
screen,
where we're
view?
going. What all this means. I barely know where to start.
I hit it.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Oh!
A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back
Blues
the control
3.
wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
Yellow, red,
But
blue.
I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around
Green.
will be even better. My
Yellow, red,
goodness,
blue, green.
Only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Yellow.
These are precious additional
Red.
seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Yellow.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley?
Yellow.
Is it that you have no idea
Okay,
where
yellow,
you're going or what
purple,
you're supposed to be doing right now?
Green.
Or did you just assume when you
Blue?
saw that
No, no, no.
timer that something in this room was
Yellow,
capable of turning it off?
green,
I mean, look
purple,
at you, running
green,
from button
blue.
to button, screen to screen, clicking
Yellow,
on every little thing in this room. These
purple,
numbered buttons, no,
blue,
these colored ones,
green.
or maybe this big red button, or this door.
There's two.
Everything, anything, something here will save
Active
me.
button hint.
Why would you think that,
4?
Stanley? That this video game can be beaten?
Maybe?
Won, solved? Do you have any
Red.
idea what your purpose in this place is?
1. No.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
God.
But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just
Blue.
seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching
Yellow.
a cutscene because I want to watch you for every
Green.
moment that you're
Pink.
powerless. To see you made
What?
humble. This is not a
Both
challenge.
numbers mean
It's
nothing.
a tragedy. You wanted to control this
Wait,
world,
cyan?
that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately
Okay.
to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me,
Okay.
I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
I have died twice. This run. Is the game starting over?
All of his co-workers
Those
were
are gone.
What
What could it mean?
Stanley
That means
decided to
I-
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So he can be evil? He can be... What the heck? Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
I
left.
don't know when to stop. This is kind of addicting. Huh. Go straight to the boss this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
These are the things that he
Stanley
wants
decided to go up
all
to his
the way.
boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, it still looks like this.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Road? How much does this game remember? When does it restart? Does it restart? Am I on 2 restarts? Is this a different run? Is this the same run? Are there runs? Oh. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'll do it this time. I'll go. I wonder if it'll go through all the dialogue again.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I did last time, and then you nuked me. Never mentioned a
Now
restart.
the monitors jumped to life.
Just
Their
died
true
twice.
nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Huh. I'm actually now kind of curious. If I didn't restart, if this is the same thing,
This mind
what if I turned the mind
it was
control
too
thing on
horrible
again?
To believe it couldn't be true.
But remember,
Had Stanley really been under someone's
and hate me
control
for it.
all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
we're gonna turn
No.
it. Let's turn it off.
He refused
Let's turn it
to
off this
believe
time.
it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was
Never.
unthinkable, wasn't it?
Yes.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Blind to the world. Yes.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
There's 1. Okay, so that's 3. There's 4. 3. The 4 is up here. I doubt this will do anything. 4. What does 5 do? Alright, will it do anything? And... nothing. Those numbers indicate something. I hit 521. Oh no. Love how it's not rendering anything out there. I mean, there's nothing out there to render. I don't know.
And when at last he found the source of the
Take that, narrator. Take that. You nuked me last time. That's what you get.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Was it?
Yes. He had won.
That doesn't sound like music for
He had
yes.
defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking. but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to
This is
understand,
music.
but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Am I actually free, though?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of
Cutscene.
liberation,
Oh,
the
there's a
immense
light.
possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Hey, good for you, Stanley. Beat the game? Huh. Here we are again. If you want me to continue playing this, then comment, like, you know, do the things, and go from there. This game is fascinating. I don't even know if I can make a video from this. There's so much voice lines that I feel like are kind of important for understanding it. I don't know. Maybe this will just be it. Probably not. I'll probably try to make a video. It's very interesting. Definitely worth the try. I wonder how many different options there are. Every step of the way, you can make it just a different choice. Just even branching of two can lead to all kinds of different paths. Very interesting. Very interesting. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll see if we play this again.